Yo, an F-22 after ran off two Iranian fighter jets with just one line over the radio. But the wild part ain't even what the pilot said, it's that he snuck up on them out of nowhere, totally undetected. Let me lay it out, those two Iranian jets were chasing down a USMQ-1 drone. That drone maxes out at only 1 to 5 Mph to their supersonic F-4 Phantoms. It sounded like a total sitting duck, or so they thought anyway. While the Iranians were closing in for the kill, they had zero idea, and F-22 was hunting them right back. You were the Raptor's next level stealth tech. The American pilot sneaked right under one of the F-4s, got a good look at all its weapons, didn't even bat an eye at what he spotted. Then the F-20 pilot bank left and pulled up right next to the Phantom. Bro, you know that Iranian pilot was scared the daylights out of staring at a state-of-the-art stealth fighter when he thought he was chasing a slow drone. All the F-20 pilot had to say was, y'all really ought to head home. And both Iranians bailed straight up, knew they were total underdogs. No way they stood a chance against the Raptor. Ever wondered where airplane toilet waste actually goes? Bro, let me spill the tea, it's never dumped mid-flight. Straight up, nope. Modern airliners rock a vacuum suction system, literally yanks wastewater and sewage right into a sealed storage tank, and it's locked down tight the entire flight. Only once the plane hits the tarmac do the ground crew roll up. They hook up hoses and pump all that nasty gunk into specialized airport sewage trucks. Fun fact, this is low-key one of the grossest jobs at the airport. Even with solid bay, barely anyone's down to do it. Come on, can you blame them? You might have caught that weird blue liquid getting pumped out. Sometimes that blue stuff, it's a special disinfectant pre-added to the tank. Does two major things: keeps the rank stench in check during the flight and breaks down the waste once it's collected. From there the waste gets hauled to airport sanitation facilities, your authorized wastewater treatment plants. It goes through a ton of rigorous tests and treatments. No cutting corners here for real before finally getting turned into safe reusable water. Wild how that whole process works, right? Ever wonder why only the US builds the Apache? That decadal gunship's a total beast. Copying it's a nightmare. People think stealth jets are a handful. Nah, cloning this bird's way harder. First, the complexity's off the charts. Millions of tiny parts, plus 8+ miles of wiring stuffed into a not that big frame. You need two high-performance engines that tough out desert heat, jungle humidity, and mountain air. No sweat, no breakdowns. Then there's the iconic crown jewel, that pumpkin-looking longbow radar on top. Don't let it fool you, it locks onto almost 300 targets at once, picks the deadliest first and guides hellfires through rain, dust, even battlefield chaos. Fire one and you don't need to stare at the target, just shoot and scoot while the missile finishes the job. But here's the scary part, the 30mm chain gun tied straight to the pilot's helmet. Wherever he glances the gun follows, so even if the Apache ain't pointed at you, you're in its crosshairs. Bottom line, this ain't just a helicopter, it's a flying tank hunter and survivor all in one. That's why after all these years no other country's nailed a real clone. You think this legend stays unmatched forever?
Wanna know the diff between hypersonic and ballistic missiles? Let's break it down simple. Hypersonic missiles hit Mach 5+, that's over 3,800 MB. And they're built to maneuver like crazy mid-flight. That agility makes them super hard to shoot down. Plus they fly way lower than traditional ballistic missiles, which blast up in a steep arc and follow a totally predictable path. Ballistic missiles only power during their initial boost phase. Once they hit peak altitude, they just coast. Gravity and air resistance do the rest. Yeah, they can get crazy fast, but they're basically on autopilot with zero real maneuverability. Not great against modern defenses. The bottom line, it all comes down to speed, agility, and flight style. Hypersonics are faster, zippier, and can change course on a dime. Ballistics, they're more like a cannonball. Fast, but totally predictable. That's the big split between these two missile types.
He wrote I am awake in his journal, and 10 seconds later he wrote it again. Every time he felt like he was waking up fresh, a virus fried his memory part. Mind reset every 5-30 seconds. He forgot his coffee but still played piano. Loved his wife like it was their first hug. Dude's flying to Ohio, feels something tickle his feet. Thinks it's a snake, looks down, sees a lady's feet. says no. Plane takes off, she feels wet feet. Dude says sorry, I pee when scared. Nah, it was just water, total prank. This VR game turned deadly. His cop dad left a gun on the table. Kid plays VR, grabs the real gun, thinks he's shooting game characters, but he actually killed his whole family. Trauma hit hard, he ended up in a mental asylum. Tie one beetle to each end of a stick, stick another rod in the middle, drop it in a bottle, twist it tight, let go, beetles flap their wings and the bottle spins backward like a tiny bug helicopter. How cool is that?
Some tonsil stones get massive, people yank 'em out with tweezers. They form when food, gunk, and dead cells get stuck in your throat crevices. Over time that stuff clumps into a hard ball. Usually mouth movements knock 'em loose, but sometimes you gotta get 'em professionally removed. She smashed her boyfriend's car mirror, ripped off the wipers, clawed the doors, thought he was cheating, saw his ride at another woman's house, then a neighbor yelled, "That's not his car!" She bolted embarrassed but cut her finger, left a blood trail home. Cops followed it, busted her immediately, bit by a radioactive spider. Think you'll get superpowers wrong. First nausea and dizziness hit, then you'll hurl as radiation fries your cells. Next extreme fatigue, hair falls out. Hey! Immune system crashes wide open, multiple bites, organ failure and internal bleeding. You're fighting to survive, not crime. Couple set up a baby monitor. Weird stuff was happening. Open drawers, crooked blinds, middle of the night. Monitor crackles, mom wakes up, sees husband standing over the crib holding their baby. Relieved till she feels him lying right next to her. Grabs a bat, bolts to nursery. Who's in their bed?
Cow knocked him into a manure pile, snapped his hip clean. Dude couldn't move, couldn't call for help. 5 days stuck in dirt, baking hot by day, freezing cold by night. His goat found him curled up to keep him warm, let him milk her into an old bottle. He swears that goat saved his life. Octopus loses some tentacles, no biggie. It seals those open cuts fast to skip infection. New cells kick into gear, rebuild the limbs in just a few weeks. Boom! Fully functional tentacles grow back good as new. Catfish chomps your hand, thinks it's bait, act fast. Grab the fish tight by its lower jaw with your other hand. Its strong bite helps you hold on, yank it out of its hideout, lift it steady. Don't let that sucker wiggle free. Ancient Egyptian priests yank organs for mummification. Missing an organ, swap it with an onion. A mummy's eye sockets at onions, perfectly preserved after 3,000 years. Egyptians thought onions healed and guided the dead to the afterlife.
Crack a bone, docs line up the 2 pieces straight. Slap a cast on to keep them from moving. Soft bone stuff forms around the break to hold it together. Special cells build new tissue to bridge the gap. Blood vessels kick in to heal it. Boom, your bone gets strong again. Think flapping your arms like crazy could make you float. Total pipe dream. You'd need to flap 100 plus times a second. Basically a human hummingbird. Even if you could pull that off, air resistance would tear your muscles to shreds in seconds. Wings or no wings, it's never gonna happen. Docs pulled a football-sized poop from a woman's gut. She hadn't pooped in 45 days. That rock-hard mess crushed her organs, put her life on the line. Stuck right above the exit so nothing could pass. Complex surgery fixed it. She's totally back to normal now. Wild, right? Ever heard of a colonoscopy? A tiny camera on a thin tube goes up your rectum through your large intestine, sends live pics to a monitor. Docs check for polyps, inflammation, all that jazz. If something's off, they use small tools to grab samples or yank out weird growths.
Yo, wild circus hack! Tweezers loop a tiny wire harness on a flea, tie it to a mini cart. Flea moves, cart rolls, crowds go crazy. Some circuses glue tiny instruments on fleas. Heat 'em up! Fleas squirm to escape, looks like they're playing music. Total chaos, right? Bulldogs got it rough! Squash snouts mess up, they're breathing big time. Hundreds of years ago, they had longer snouts and straight legs, but selective breeding messed them up. Crowded teeth, infected skin folds, impossible natural births. Brutal! Movie set nightmare. A lion lunged at an actress, clamped her side and shook
is messed up!
Dogs puked up human toes. Worker grabbed them, jarred them, sold them online. The dogs ate their dead owner. Cops traced the sale, found she tried to sell her kids' baby teeth too. She got 18 months community service. Insane! We stick this fake wound onto the actor's skin, and there's a tiny tube hooked up to a fake blood pump hidden right underneath. Hit the lever and blood spray straight out of the wound. For gnarly injuries, we use an air pressurized tube. Let it go, and that red gush blasts out like a total blood fountain. Docs cut out his throat cancer and grafted a piece of chest skin to patch the hole. But here's the crazy part: the chest skin grew hair inside his throat. Years later, those hairs dangled deep in his windpipe, making him feel like he was choking to death. Until doctors burned the hairs off, surgeons carefully removed his kidney and popped it in a machine to keep it alive. His sister, whose kidneys were failing, was waiting for the transplant, but a nurse accidentally tossed the kidney into the medical waste bin. And by the time anyone noticed, it was totally ruined. Got kidney stones, hop on a roller coaster. The jolts shake those stones loose from your kidney tissue, and the speed changes rattle them right into your bladder. Disney's Big Thunder Mountain Works got a tongue-tied doc snip that tight tissue connecting your tongue to the mouth floor. This condition locks down your tongue movement cause the tissue's way too short. They use sterile scissors to cut it loose, and boom, your tongue's free. Sometimes they stitch the cut so it doesn't reattach, and you get the stitches out once it heals. When you get an anatomical hemispherectomy, surgeons slice open your scalp and remove a piece of your skull. First they carefully separate the diseased brain half from the healthy one, cutting all the nerve connections. Then they yank the bad half right out and close up the wound. As you heal, the remaining half takes over all the functions of the one they removed. They slap a cup on your skin and suck all the air out. Bam! Instant suction. Your skin puffs up and your blood vessels widen like crazy. After a few minutes, they take the cup off, make tiny cuts on the puff skin, then slap the cup back on. The suction pulls out a little blood. They say it removes bad fluids, but cup bacteria can cause some serious infections. Could an anteater stick its tongue through your mouth and into your stomach to yank out your food? Its tongue's up to 2 feet long, technically long enough, but first it'd have to fight through all the twists and barriers inside your body. Its fast flicking motion would tear up your delicate insides, and when it pulls back, it drags stomach acid with it, burning your throat and maybe even drowning you in your own blood. The bump on her thigh suddenly burst and a wire poked right out. Years back, she got a blood clot filter put in one of her big veins. That filter shattered, scattered all through her veins, formed that bump and even wedged itself near her spine. Docs couldn't remove those tiny pieces, they're still floating around inside her, ready to turn deadly at any second. His nipple started leaking out of nowhere, and an x-ray revealed a knife in his chest. Years ago he got stabbed in the back during a fight. The blade slipped right through his shoulder bone into his chest cavity, and he never even knew it. His skin sealed up over it, but after 8 years it got infected and pus oozed out of his nipples. Surgery saved his life for the second time. She grabbed a knife and cut her own baby out of her belly. She lived way too far from a hospital, and when she went to labor at home, the baby wouldn't come out. After 12 hours of agonizing labor, she chugged 3 glasses of hard liquor, grabbed a knife on her 3rd try. She sliced through and pulled the baby out. She wrapped her wound, sent her older son for help, and both of them made a full recovery. What if a medieval jousting lance hits your bulletproof vest? That Kevlar bends right away, and the lance punches straight through. But medieval armor, total game changer.